In this video, I'll be talking about formation of case groups. Your consulting interview is presumably important to all of you, and the case group is the team that's going to get you across the line and selected in the consulting firm of your choice. Therefore, how you're going to form this case group is obviously an important set of decisions for you to make. The topics covered in this video and in all of the videos in this series are available in greater detail in the notes provided in the description below. Let's look here at why you need to form a case group to begin with, when you should look to actually form this case group, who you should be including in this case group that you're forming, and finally, what you will do with this case group and how you will go about doing it. There are three important reasons why you should look to form a good case group. The first is that it acts as a steady source of cases. As you're going about your preparation, a lot of other people on campus will also be doing the same, and you will be exchanging cases with a large number of these people. Now, some days you will be able to find 3-4 people that you can do cases with. On the other hand, there might come a stretch of maybe even a whole week when you're not able to find anyone to get a case from. Having a case group ensures that it's easier to schedule out a standard and rhythmic case schedule, so that at least every couple of days you're receiving a bare minimum of one case even during dry spells. The second reason to have a case group is that it's your source of insights and learnings. You need to have a group of people that you can go back and discuss cases with. A group of people that you can discuss all of your overall learnings of foundations, of just any other topic related to consulting, and learn back from these people. And third and finally, this is basically your home team. You might or might not have another group of friends who are preparing for the consulting interviews, but your case group definitely is, and should ideally be people who are in a very similar situation to you. Therefore, this is a group that you can easily go to as and when things get a little bit stressful, or if you get a little anxious about the overall placement process. The timing of forming a case group is slightly trickier. It's tricky because there's a lot of FOMO in B school, and therefore a lot of people will end up forming their case group super early on. At an early stage, you should look out for whom you might want to have on your case group. Look out for people who are generally smart in class discussions, are able to communicate well, and have something meaningful to say. Importantly, through all of the case competitions, look out for people that you're able to work smoothly with, and people who are also able to put their points across very nicely. What you should then do is wait for the shortlists to come out. Then look for the people who have similar shortlists to the ones that you have. This is important to ensure that priorities remain the same. In any case, once the shortlists come out, a lot of case groups are going to reform because people aren't necessarily getting the exact shortlist that people had predicted that they would. This is the stage to actually go out and form your case group. Now you have to decide whom you're going to add to your case group. Some of the important rules of thumb are that your case group should not be too large, including yourself. It should be 3 to 4 different people. Next, you need to look at what kind of people you're bringing into the case group. Ideally, you want to have people with sufficiently different backgrounds so that you have different kinds of thinking and thought process represented in your case group. This is sometimes a little difficult as you don't necessarily have a super diverse batch, and the people who are getting shortlisted for consulting firms are also not necessarily super diverse. If you can bring in at least one, even two elements of great difference in terms of people's educational backgrounds or work experience, that is in itself fairly good, I would think. Importantly, make sure that these people have the same priorities. This means priorities in terms of the firms that they're aiming for, as well as what they say is a workable schedule for them, how much time they want to spend on preparation, and so on. Finally, ensure that the people that you're bringing on are people who are out of your league. This just means that you need to look for people who you think are bringing in some sort of quality that you don't necessarily have, so that you have at least 1 or 2 things that you can gain from your case group and are not by far the best case solver in your group. Once you've formed your case group, it's important for you to set up a rhythm with your team. Just figure out what time of the day works for each person, how many times a week you guys are going to meet, and what it is that you'll actually do when you meet. 3 of the things that you should definitely look to do are obviously firstly solving cases with the case group. Figure out if this is going to be one-on-one with people watching, or if you're going to just pair off and do cases separately. Either way, make sure that you're all giving each other cases. Secondly, look to learn from each other. You might want to set up weekly catch-up sessions where all you do is run through the different frameworks that each of you found interesting, run through a few industries that you learned about through cases, or even just overall insights into the process as a whole. Thirdly and finally, do make sure to keep checking in on each other. It can be a stressful time, and the case group should act as a source of encouragement and to also keep everyone calm over the entire placement process. That covers how you can make the most of your case group. The topic covered in this video and in all of the other videos in this series are available in much greater detail in the notes provided in the description below. If this video or other videos in the series seem relevant and useful to you, do remember to like, share, and subscribe.